All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome into the show here at Locker Room Sports on a fine, warm Tuesday night here. Summer season has kind of begun here. Everybody's out of school. We're getting fired up, and we can't wait for some football action. So we also have some news for football. Recruiting news, we did that Sunday night for Alabama and Auburn. Auburn brings in a three-star running back, top 300 in the nation, try to add some more depth to the running back room. Brought him in, I think, yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. So we got all that going on. Baseball regionals, Alabama and Auburn, could they meet up in the College World Series? I mean, that's where they meet each other up. Now, college football, the game is out, and some people like the cover. Some people think it's kind of silly. I'm going to show you one here. Coach Signetti's up here on the cover. What do y'all think? Give me a comments over here in the comment section, everybody. What's going on? Ben, what is up there, brother? Yeah, Miles Garrett and their responsibility that Aaron Donald might be unretired. I did hear that this morning. The Rams, they went all in on some people, man. What do you think about the covers here? All right, the one on the left is the regular game cover. That's one everybody's going to see. You got Malachi Tony in the middle, and you got Kewan Lacey there on the left from Ole Miss tailback. And then you got the quarterback from Oregon, one I did a big shot on. I caught him about 3 years ago coming out of college. Deontay Moore, the Ducks quarterback. And then on the right, if you decide to buy the deluxe edition, which will probably be around $99.99 for all you EA Sports lovers, you're going to get Coach Signetti looking like he just took a dump in the middle of the classroom because he looks like a fool I think he is a fool, but he's got a national championship trophy. He did what other teams could not do. So is there any thoughts on the covers? I like them, I guess. That looks pretty good to me. But, one on the left there, regular game cover, the one you're going to see mostly. I like it. I can dig it. Also, we're going to talk about Coach O back at LSU. Now, we all know that Lane hired him back at LSU. He's not an on-field position guy, but Coach O. Let me just put it up here on the stage. We got to do this. Let's just let's just hit the play button. Let Coach O go. He's not a position coach now. He's at LSU at Orgeron, getting hyped up with the recruits this past weekend, running out of the tunnel at Tiger Stadium. Shout out ESPN 1045 for the original audio. I do not own the rights to this. Him talking here. But I want to be clear up front because I've seen somebody else that played this today, and a lot of comment section people were feeling like the kids are not hyped. He don't have their attention. He's teaching them what to do. These are high school guys that have just come in, and they're recruiting. Some of them may not even be there when it's time for signing day. He's showing them what we do here at LSU. This is not about getting them all fired up before they go out on the field. This is just some 17, 18-year-old young guys showing them how they do it. Okay? That's all this is. But let's just appreciate Coach O. All right, go Tigers.
There's 102,000 screaming LSU fans waiting on you, watching you get ready for point. And guess what mom and daddy said to your family? Right on the 50-yard line, waiting to watch you make that big play. Everybody got that? All right, now listen up. Get a little tighter. We're not tight enough. One team, one heartbeat. Everybody, come on. Come on. Everybody back there, let's go. Hey, you scared? Say you scared back there.
You scared, say you scared.
Y'all we're being here now. Yeah, one team, one heartbeat. Now listen up. All right. We got a little ritual throughout the day, okay? Man, we eat breakfast. We call our recruits. You guys go rest. We have meetings. We get down the bus. And all of a sudden, it's time to go. Everybody got that? Now listen up. You're going to report to me. You can have one unbuckle. We're all going to strap up, and it's going to be the best sounding football. Yep. The LSU Tigers going to war together. Everybody understand that? Yes, sir. You guys like that? Yes, okay, I want everybody to practice now. On three, I want you to go. Like that. 1, 2, 3. Woo!
I like it, man. I dig it. I can smell what he's stepping in there, man. Coach O getting the guys hot, getting them ready. It's a thing of a big time thing that I like to go along with to say, there's always that, market for college football, getting guys up and getting them fired up and getting them ready. I mean, why not? We're talking about the Coach O video. We just pulled it up here and played it. Him getting the Tiger young guys hyped up to come in on the field and just showing them what to do. I mean, it's not season yet. It's just May. I like it. Yeah, Ben, they brought back 3 former coaches. So, and here's the thing. Here's the questions that we can have about it, because we're going to question. It's just what we do here. We're just talking some college football. We showed the cover for the EA Sports. If you missed that, tell us what you think, which one you like, which one's your favorite there. We're going to talk about the college football schedule. There it is. We're going to break it down in just a minute. Y'all hang around with us. We're going to talk about Cam Newton, too, being College Football Hall of Fame, maybe. Should he? So Coach O, talking about one heartbeat, and since he's been in the game, it's been a while. And arguably, a lot of people say that the Joe Burrow team of LSU was one of, or some people say the best college football team ever. I still think it's probably one of the old Nebraska teams, personally, me, or the, 16 team that Alabama beat Notre Dame. That team was fantastic. That's just me. I think you could probably mix and mingle a lot of those. The 2020 Bama team, they averaged like one more point than that LSU team did. And they played an all SEC schedule because of COVID. They didn't play any cupcakes, that 2020 Bama team. So you could say that too, but one heartbeat. You hear what he said there. He's getting the kids ready to go out and, on the field. And they run out through the goalpost because, LSU has the H-style goalpost, right? Okay. And here's the thing. Are kids still, with that? Are they still with the heartbeat of it to play team football, for them all to come together and not be thinking about who's making more money for the day, or, who's got the nicest car, or, who's wearing the big chains? And that's a concern for how college football is now. We're going to have to see how that turns out for Coach O, and also Coach O's ego and how he coached and how he coaches and how he is around kids and that type of stuff. It's not the same as Lane. They're different. And I'm thinking, man, their egos, their egos are going to clash somewhat. And Ed's always going to be able to hang over the head of Kiffin. He's a national championship coach. One of the best teams ever. One of the best teams ever at LSU, for sure. And some people say one of the best college football teams ever. And he knows guys. Coach O knows these cats from NFL. He can call in favors and have Joe Burrow down there at LSU to come visit the player. So there's that. We can talk about that. Yeah, I know. That seemed like they've let bygones be bygones, and they're going to move on from it. And that's good, I guess. And, if you can let kids – if it attracts players, that's what the game's all about now. It's just marketing. So, what else? Things you hear in that conversation he's having with them. I liked how he's explaining the day of how they're going to have breakfast, they're going to have meetings, and they're going to get on the bus, and how it's going to work for the day. He's talking about, one heartbeat and that type of stuff, and I'm curious how that's all going to work out, honestly, from how college football is these days. Can they have one heartbeat and all play together, not worry about who's got the biggest necklace or who's got the biggest chain or who's driving the nicest car. But what I did like about this, I did like the fact that he's talking about how they amp up, coming to the game. They're going to have breakfast, and they're going to come out to the bus. I think it's quit now. They're going to come out to the bus, and they're also going to get out and have their meetings and stuff. But you notice how Coach O talked about ramping up, little by little through the day. I like that, because that's something that you got to remember. You don't want the guys to get up and be super duper hyped, in the morning. You don't want that. Okay. You don't want them to think everything's hyped up, everything's real, like right now. Right now. So you got to be able to ramp the guys up a little bit in the morning through the evening, especially if you're going to play a big night game at LSU and they're at home. He knows how important that is, and for them to be able to control the team and control the crowd for those games and how big that is. Talking about Coach O in that video we watched him talking to the young guys coming in for spring. And I like it. I can dig it, man. I like Coach O. I know he did some shady stuff, but hardly any coaches, besides maybe Coach Saban or something, which of any of them has not done, anything wrong. So we'll say that. So we'll say that. All right. So that was pretty cool, man. I like that. I wanted to show that about Coach O, showing the players what they do at LSU and how it goes down, how they get up for the games and come out of the tunnel. And he had them all make a noise at the same time. That's what they did. And all that is it's just getting them all to do something at the same time. And that's really to make them listen. You can get their attention for just a few minutes because kids today, a few minutes, man, they're out. They can't keep attention very long. So now we talked about the cover of the new EA Sports game, which one you liked, the one with Sig and all the players, or the one with Lacey, Tony, and more on it. I guess, whatever you like there. So let's talk about, we'll do this one next, okay? Talking about Alabama and Auburn baseball. Again, thank you guys for coming by and hanging out with me here on the show. Come in here live at 6 on Tuesday and Thursdays. Sometimes it's still June. We're still about a month away from full-blown kind of show where we're going to get into schedules and breaking down each team and some players and talking about Heisman favorites and preseason top 26s, etc. College baseball. Right now, the game times and matchups for the 2026 baseball super regionals are officially looked at here for Alabama and Auburn. Both teams won their respective regionals and are hosting best of 3 series with a trip to the College World Series on the line. Number 4, nationally seeded Auburn Tigers lost out in the first game and had to go through the losers bracket and play some high school teams to get a little practice before they come back. They will now be playing at home at Plasman Park in Auburn on June the 5th. So it'll be 3 days from now. So it'll be Friday at 7 o'clock. It'll be on ESPN2. Then they'll also play Saturday, January 6th at 4 on ESPN. And if they sweep Ole Miss, they won't need the Sunday game, the 7th. They'll determine the time then for that. So looking at June the 5th at 7. Auburn and Ole Miss will be swinging the bats at Plasman Park. Now, as far as Sewell Thomas Stadium in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, the Tide will be facing St. John's, the Red Storm. They're going to be coming in the game playing Saturday the 6th. They will be playing at 8. So if you're watching game 2 of Auburn at 4, then their game should be their game should be over by 8. So you can catch Bama's first game be on Saturday. They'll play at 8 on ESPN2. So just go to ESPN2 on the 6th for Bama, and you can watch them. They'll play the 7th on Sunday at 2 o'clock. Auburn and Ole Miss may not play Sunday at 2, depending on if it splits. So you can definitely watch if one sweeps the other, you can watch Bama Sunday, June the 7th at 2 o'clock. They will – right now it's just ESPN Plus, but it hadn't said it's to be determined, announced later. And then if necessary, they'll play Monday. Hadn't give a time yet if they need a game 3. Now, here's what's interesting. Auburn takes out their final win there, an 8-3 over Milwaukee. And then also it was interesting that there's 7 teams from SEC selected for the NCAA baseball regional host. This was talked about last week and had a pretty good fair on the way. Now, here's what's cool. Auburn and Alabama can only meet if they both win their super regional series and advance to the Men's College World Series because they're on the opposite sides of the baseball bracket. They cannot play each other this weekend. Of course, we know that. Depending on how they do in the double elimination pools are drawn in Omaha, their potential paths could cross during two different phases. The College World Series bracket play, if placed in the same four-team double elimination pool, they could square off as early as Sunday, June the 14th, or Monday, June the 15th. The College World Series National Finals, if they are placed in opposite pools, they can only meet in the best of three National Title Series starting Saturday, June the 20th. Let's see. Who has the best chance to win it? North Carolina Tar Heels currently have the best chances to win the 2026 College World Series. The updated championship odds following a chaotic regional round. The national landscape completely flipped over when opening weekend after massive upsets, knocking out the pre-tournament favorite number 1 UCLA and number 2 Georgia Tech. So, top contenders with 6 of the top 15 seeds already eliminated. The betting market and prediction indexes heavily favor the highest remaining national seeds, which would be in this order. The remaining seeds picked to win it in this order: North Carolina, Texas, Georgia, Auburn, Mississippi State. North Carolina advances to the regional clearly and holds a highly manageable super regional path. They become the default national favorite after the bracket cracked open. So there you go. Dates and stuff is as follows. Auburn kicks off Friday at 7. Bama will kick off Saturday at 8. ESPN2 and for both there. So Friday, Saturday, and this weekend, check out your favorite college baseball team, whichever one that it would be. All right. Next topic. What do you guys think about old Cam Newton? He played the year at Auburn, right? Okay. So does anybody think that he does not? No way, man. He come in, he played a year. He played a year at Auburn, and I don't think he really deserves a shot at being in the College Football Hall of Fame. I mean, trying to find this other picture. Okay, let's put this right here, ladies and gentlemen. This topic of the day. We just went through some of the topics here. We talked about Alabama and Auburn baseball talk, their games for the weekend, times and dates. You can catch them this weekend, Friday and Saturday on ESPN2. We're going to break down the college football playoff schedules out. We're going to look at it, see where the games are. Golly, they're playing later and later every year, man. So here's the topic at hand. Cam Newton, Hall of Famer or not? What do you think? Next year, Alabama and Auburn won't play cupcake teams before they play. Baseball. Okay. Talking about baseball, I guess. No, you mean before the Iron Bowl. Okay. Yeah. Yes, I think, why not, man? Look, man, I don't care if you're a fan of Auburn or not. Just be realistic here. Honestly, purposefully, you can't say that Cam Newton was not a great athlete, one of the best to come through college football in a long time. If he wouldn't own your team, you probably didn't like him very much. Did he talk too much? Sure. Did he parade around like a sixth grader that had never won a football game before? And he also did it continually in the NFL, and he pouted a lot, put the towel on his head. He was called out by his team leaders, teammates, but that's not what none of this is about. Now, if those things are stipulations for you personally, for him being in the Hall of Fame, okay, then you can base your opinion off what you think, and that's fine. It is. It's okay. I mean, it's a free country. I don't have to like what you think. We don't have to agree on anything, and that's fine. I ain't going to down you or degrade you or be like Abdul Carter. Jackson Dart introduced the president, and I'm against that kind of stuff. And that's my opinion. We got to stop the hate. Shut up. Nobody cares about what you're saying, bro. They ain't no hate. The only hate you're spewing is your stupid opinion because you hate somebody because that's somebody they like. He didn't say he didn't like you because you don't like Trump. See what I'm saying? He didn't say that. He just introduced the guy. So what if he agrees with stuff? If you introduced him, does that mean he's against you? No. Stop being a fool. We've got to grow some balls and have to understand we don't agree on everything. And who cares if we don't? Who cares? Good Lord. So Cam Newton, Hall of Famer, yes, I think he would get my vote. If I had a vote for it, I would for sure love to put Cam Newton up there for Hall of Fame. I mean, he was electric, man. The guy could just take games over single-handedly, almost single-handedly, kind of sort of won them national championship. Now, they did have the backfield from Michael and those guys, and the defense was very solid. I think God, that team had a lot of seniors, man. I mean, if they didn't win it, it would have been a shame. It really would have been a shame. So that's that. College football is a little bit better, if Cam Newton is there in the Hall of Fame for college. I don't know why it shouldn't be. I think he's definitely a Hall of Famer for college football. All right, here we go. Last but not least, and we'll get on out of here. It ain't going to take up all your day here on a beautiful Tuesday evening. Nice sunshine, low humidity up here in North Alabama around Huntsville. College football playoff 26-27 schedule. Let's look. All right, over there, we're going to find out first. January 25th will be your national championship game at 7:30 Eastern time. It will be played at the stadium in Las Vegas, Nevada. ABC and ESPN, of course, will be carrying this game. Now, if you go to the far left side over there on the corner, we can see on December the 18th will be the first round games. December the 18th is going to be first round games on campus. The 19th will be the next day, which will probably be on a Saturday, will be the remaining first round games. All right, now the quarterfinals, after they get back from break, from college, from Christmas type stuff, December the 30th, there will be the Fiesta Bowl, and then probably that Monday. I bet January 1st is probably going to be on a Monday. Then they'll announce these other bowl games and which one's going to go in what accord: Rose, Cotton, Peach. They've already said the Fiesta will definitely be the 30th. Okay. All right, now for the semifinal games, here's how this is going to lay out. The on-campus games are going to be ESPN, ABC. Like I said, the 18th one's going to be at 7 Eastern. And the other three will start the day off on a Saturday at noon, 3:30, and end at 7:30. TNT and True TV, HBO Max jumping in on the game this year. You'll be able to catch the playoffs on that also. It's pretty cool. So semifinals for college football will be as this. True TV, HBO Max, TNT, ABC, ESPN, all are going to have the college football playoff semifinals starting on June the 14th. Be the Capital One Orange Bowl will be a semi-place, which will be in Miami. Then the Sugar Bowl, being in New Orleans, will be the 15th of January, also at 7:30 Eastern. But this is not new for me, for my opinion on this. They're played too long, man. Can we get the games out there, and can we just get them? Can we get them played? Let's play the 25th is going to be the national championship game. Come on, man. The 25th at 7:30. I'm sure it's on a Monday night, like always. It's going to be in Vegas. It's not even at any bowl place. See that? They've took the bowl games and just made all them semifinals and quarterfinals for some. For the Fiesta, Chick-fil-A, Cotton, Rose, and then they're going to use the orange and the sugar for semis. That's cool. And national championships is going to be in Vegas. It's like the freaking WrestleMania. Go back-to-back years for WrestleMania for Vegas. Make tickets 3 times. They're going to have to kill all that crap with all that high ticket cost prices. Ben says Odell Beckham Jr. is returning to the Giants, possibly end his career. Well, I don't know, man. Sometimes it's time just to move on. Sometimes you just don't try to ride that wagon too many times. I mean, at some point it is going to be just a little wore out. So But college football playoff picture, there's your schedule. I'll post it up on the page, and y'all can look at it and talk about it. And that's cool, man. So that's the show for today. That's a wrap. Just want to come on here and jump in, give a little 30, 40-minute show. College football playoff schedule, been over that. Alabama, Auburn, Friday is Saturday. Check them out, ESPN, ESPN2. Cam Newton, Hall of Famer. All right, that's all I got for you. Make sure you hit the thumbs up on the way out the door. We do appreciate you coming by here on the show. We may catch you guys Thursday night. Diamond Dean is at a camp right now. He couldn't come on here tonight, but Thursday night at 6, we may come on here and do local football stuff there for Cherokee County where he is. And look at the schedule, go over Cedar Bluff Center, Sand Rock, Spring Garden, and Gillsville. Mention some of the new coaches and stuff. And may take a look at that. Ben, come on here and bring some schedules for whatever you got going on. Tell us some ideas of what you're thinking. Be Thursday about 6. We can get him on here. I've got the schedules. And we can throw them on the screen, talk about them. So, all right, that's all we got. Love you guys. God bless. Enjoy the rest of your day.